our colleagues, our correspondents are there, and he sent a report to us saying that so many drivers, and these are drivers who are on pakka roads, so to say, they're not even stranded. They're stranded because the road being washed out, but they have no food to eat. The relief packets haven't reached them. Do you think the Chief Minister needs to do a reality check again?
See, actually we must go little beyond the Chief Minister. I have been an administrator myself, and I have been in the army also before that. Previous to the National Disaster Management setup that has come in 2005, it is the job of the state government, district administration particularly. They keep their eyes and ears open, get the information, and as and when such a this thing happens, immediately move in with relief and rehabilitation. So the district administration by and large was tuned because the responsibility was theirs. Then what happened? Then state government also used to respond. Now post 2005, enactment of the Disaster Management Act and setting up the Management Authority, in my view, has spoiled the situation. Today, the local responsibility is gone. Everybody is looking up. Oh, Prime Minister is chairing it, Chief Minister is chairing it, so I don't have to do anything.
And now, the ground reality being NDMA didn't have much of a presence in Uttarakhand.
Unfortunately, I would say the Union Home Ministry is a functus officio. It is perhaps the most mismanaged ministry in the country. You see, recently so many things have happened. The handling of the Naxalites, the Northeast, Delhi kind of thing, our own in Tamil Nadu where this cyclone was there.
Right.
Home Ministry is functioning like an extremely dull bureaucratic organization, and blaming Prime Minister for not convening the meeting. What was the Home Ministry doing? NDMA comes under the administrative control of the Home Ministry. And Chief Minister also must be out looking for that. NDMA will do it, this force will do that. Instead of handing over, actually disaster is a matter, it's not a bureaucratic issue, slow moving. It has to be, in my view, disaster management must have a lot of armed forces input into this, because they are trained and equipped for that. Okay,
but I want to talk to you about what the NDMA really is doing. If we want to switch over to the armed forces anytime a disaster or a calamity strikes, what is the NDMA doing? I want to come back to you. So Manoj, I want to come to you first. The buck just seems to be getting passed on. Where does it all stop? The Home Ministry is passing the buck to the Prime Minister-led NDMA. Someone else is passing the buck to someone else. There's a fight between the Met Department and the NDMA. Where does the buck finally stop, sir?
Should I tell you something very frankly, and this is very interesting, that entire disaster management unit in every state of India is in such sorry state that you don't have any kind of substantial data. If state governments are not prepared, they don't have anything concrete on disaster preparedness, you cannot expect any miracle on disaster mitigation or management. That is number one. But allow me to make certain more observations which are very interesting for today's discussion. This is the first disaster in the observation of many, which is in the shadow of 2014 election. And we find the images of those, in fact, lurking on the horizon, where rescue, relief and rehabilitation should have been the priority. Interestingly, I would like to say that we find leaders with absolute sense of grandeur, delusion of grandeur. They reaching out, doing this or that act, and ultimately hampering the rescue, relief and rehabilitation.
Manoja, you raise a very interesting point.
Just a moment, let me finish. In our universities, we are taught that please don't change your locus or aspire for a new axis in disaster situation unless the ground zero wants you to be there. But here we find n number of uncoordinated effort, uncoordinated leaders, and everybody saying that we are better than the others. And you watch us. I feel, and I'm in sync with you, that the Uttarakhand government has failed in this moment of crisis.
Manoja, isn't that the problem then?
So have others.
Mr. Manoja, isn't that the problem, sir? And I want to put this question to Mr. Ajit Jogi, who's rejoined us.
No. Let me just finish.
No, you raised a very interesting point. I'll come back to you, sir. You raised a very interesting point, and I want to take this to Ajit Jogi right now. Ajit Jogi, sir, many thanks first of all for joining us. Doesn't Mr. Manoja have a point? And I completely concur with him. Don't you think political one-upmanship over disaster in Uttarakhand is harming, first of all, rescue ops, relief operations, and we are sort of ignoring what is at stake here. Human lives, thousands and thousands of human lives are being overlooked because political parties and political leaders with perhaps personal interests in mind are overlooking everything, and political one-upmanship is hampering and harming rescue efforts. Mr. Jogi, what do you have to say about that?
I would agree with that. I would say that this is a time when the attention of those involved in rescue operations should not be distracted. The local administration, the state administration, the national administration, the army, the paramilitary, it should be left to them to organize the rescue operations. They are experts, and we the politicians should keep away from it as far as possible. The state chief minister has certainly a role to play. The district collectors, the district SPs have a role to play. They are the ones who should be doing the job, and we should be just helping them. And I would like to add that this is a great national tragedy. Let us not blame this or that. There would be time for that blame game.
But Mr. Jogi,
at the moment, the entire attention.
Mr. Jogi, I completely agree with you, and all of us on the panel, including Mr. Mittal, who I'll come to in just a bit, will agree that there shouldn't be any politics. But the sad fact of the matter, sir, Mr. Jogi, is that both your party and Mr. Mittal's party, and now there's a third party, the Samajwadi Party has jumped into the melee now. They are playing politics, sir. Your top leaders, the BJP's top leaders, there is statement, cross-statement, counter-statement coming, and yesterday Mr. Mittal discussed this with me, he'll remember it. We said yesterday, we made a national appeal on this very program, there shouldn't be any politics, but the fact remains, sir, even today, the two main national parties are playing politics, sir, and that is a fact. I'm not making this up. We can check the statements that came today, sir, but the politicians, including your top leaders, Mr. Jogi, do seem to be interested in playing politics over disaster. Do you not agree with that?
I would not agree with that. It is just a coincidence that the ruling party in Uttarakhand is Congress. So Congress has a role to play. Congress, the state chief minister has a role to play. Those who are to assist him, to guide him, to reach help to him from the national level, they have to be in picture. So you can't say that Congress is playing politics. We are not indulging in politics. We are only trying to help the chief minister organize the relief and rehabilitation work.
Okay. Mr. Mittal, you've been waiting really patiently. I never said only the Congress is playing politics, Mr. Jogi, but Mr. Mittal, coming to you right now, don't you think the two tallest leaders of your party and the Congress party both, it seems to be a media circus around their schedules in Uttarakhand, which is not the way it should have gone, but unfortunately it has. Why has it gone that way, sir? Why cannot we focus on the relief and rescue and leave the politics for till after everyone has been rescued, everyone who's stranded has been rescued? Why can't we achieve that?
There are two things I want to say. A, the entire system seems to be in a denial mode.
Okay.
You know, the day the tragedy occurred, the Home Ministry issued a statement saying so and so, you know, a couple of 50 people, 60 people, casualties are there. Sushma ji said, look, there are thousands who are going to be perishing in this disaster because of the magnitude. Immediately it was dubbed to be a political statement. She kept quiet after that, and look what is it turning out to be. You know, from day one, only 12 choppers were sent. When the level of devastation was known to everybody. What I'm saying is the entire system seems to be in a denial mode. Even today, you've just seen how the MLAs and how the people are defying the Chief Minister. The MLA is shouting at the Chief Minister, saying there is a pathetic state of relief operation going on. Yet, if you hear the Chief Minister or his ministers, they'll all say, perfect relief. No, let's wake up to the ground reality. There is so much to be done. There is so little which is being accomplished by the state administration. I'm not interested in the blame game. And secondly, you just said politics. It saddens me. Yesterday also I have been saying, look, a chief minister goes, he tries to contribute something, then he is told, look, you will hamper the operation, don't go, he goes back to his state or otherwise. He doesn't make a political statement. There are some obscure stories which come up and then the politics start from somewhere. Today what happens? Today you have a crown prince who has been absconding from the country for the last 7-8 days, celebrating his birthday while the nation is facing such grave crisis. Because Narendra Modi had gone there, so he must also follow. He takes with him 3 choppers when the choppers are required to save citizens whose life is at peril. And then it is being eulogized as a different context. Allow me. This is the worst thing I'm saying. My heart bleeds when I'm pointing out these facts, because I just wanted to keep all this away. But I'm so pained. Look, can you stop this gimmick? Can we stop scoring brownie points? If Narendra has to go, so Rahul has to go.
Okay,
Manoj,
I know you have a point.
There is a human disaster. There's a disaster where thousands have perished.
Right, Mr. Mittal.
Let's think. And one more, just one.
I want to raise your point, sir. I want to raise your point.
It is also time simultaneously to start thinking. Yeah.
I want to raise your point. Manoj, I'll come to you in just a second. Manoj, I'll come to you in just a second.
We need an immediate plan for reconstruction.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll come to Manoj in just a second. First, I want to get a quick reaction from Mr. Devasahayam. Do you think it's a case of double standards? When the Home Minister of the country says very clearly, no Chief Minister, no VVIP should go there, and it's all the same for everything. The next day, Mr. Rahul Gandhi comes, and why are the rules different for him? Now, the Congress party is saying, and Ajit Jogi will bear me out here, they are saying he did not go as a VIP. He took relief material, and he made sure the relief material was going in. Do you think that makes any difference? Don't you think one of the most protected people in the country going there will eventually result in bandobast being there for him, SPG going haywire? Do you not think the Congress is slightly guilty of playing double standard? Briefly, sir, then I want to go to Mr. Manoj.
This is mere semantics. See, when the relief and rehabilitation take place, you must entirely leave it to the local authorities. No VIP should go anywhere near, because only the local authorities know what is the situation on the ground. Only they know who needs what. Even the Chief Minister should not hang around. He must only concentrate on logistic support. Mr. Jogi has been a Chief Minister. He knows it. They must go for only, no VIP visit should be there. In fact, VIP visit is a negative factor. That way, Mr. Modi going there and coming out is also a matter that
is equally bad for rescue and relief as Mr. Rahul Gandhi going there.
It's equally bad.
Okay, okay. Manoj, you had a point to make. Please make it briefly, sir.
Yeah, in fact, I share the pain which was being expressed by Sudhanshuji. It's a pleasure listening to him. But the fact is, remember that I repeat that this disaster for the first time I'm seeing in last 10 years, and I'm specifically referring to 1 decade, that last 10 years I have never seen such brutal politicization of disaster mitigation and disaster response. This is an alarming situation for all of us, you in the media and we here in the political class or the civil society. That is number 1. Number 2, Mr. Narendra Modi, his visit, and equally Mr. Rahul Gandhi's visit, I think all these leaders should ponder over very seriously that their narcissism is actually destroying the very fabric of disaster mitigation. I'm pained to share that when Mr. Modi comes out and says 15,000 people he has rescued, not a person one more, not a person less, he is actually reducing the entire effort to shambles. This is not how we have learnt disaster mitigation.
Manoj, let's not distort facts.
Okay, Manoj, I have a question for you. Can we not give them... No, Mr. Mittal, one second, sir.
Television,
1 second, sir.
You are expected not to distort facts.
1 second, sir.
I'm not distorting. It is your Chief Minister.
This forum, sir, let's not play a blame game on this forum. I want to ask you, Mr. Manoj. Mr. Manoj, Mr. Mittal.
Do not perpetrate lies.
Mr. Mittal, please. Mr. Mittal, please. Manoj, can we not give them...
Your Chief Minister
You're
and
calling
his
it
entire
narcissism. You're calling it narcissism, sir. Can we not give them the benefit of the doubt? Both Mr. Modi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, they're also Indians, they're also citizens of the country. Should we not give them the benefit of the doubt that they actually want to do something? Perhaps their method of doing it is not helping? Do you think it's narcissism?
No. Can I just say that watch out for global experience. People do it anonymously. They don't make pump and show what they do. They do big and speak little, or they don't speak at all.
Okay.
Here we have the situation You do little and speak a lot.
Okay.
That's why I said
Okay.
this disaster is in the shadow of 2014.
Okay, I
Let's
want
watch
to go
out.
quickly to Mr. Jogi also and Mr. Mittal. Before that, I want to get a quick reaction from Kishan Mitro in the studio. Do you think the narcissism of our leaders is helping our relief operations? And do you think we could take a lesson from the tornadoes in the US? Even they have rescue relief operations. Their president doesn't go around bandying how many people he saved.
With due apologies to
Very
one and
true.
all, I have no malice against anyone. I am not interested in politics. My simple reaction as a citizen of the country, as an honest citizen of the country, is our politics today is messing up the whole thing. Number two, I want to put a few facts right. Number one, NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, is not a part of Ministry of Home Affairs. Ministry of Home Affairs has their own department of disaster management called Disaster Management Authority, MHA. NDMA, National Disaster Management Authority, is a part of, it is an autonomous body
Led by the Prime Minister.
led by the Prime Minister, who is the chairman. Number two, the state government, the administration of the state government is a first responder. NDMA is goes over later when asked by the Prime Minister. The representative of the NDMA has gone 4 days, 5 days ago on being told by the Prime Minister to have to go there. Number three, I would thank Mr. Jogi when he has said, he is the first politician I have heard who has said politicians should not go to the scene of accident.
Right.
Let me tell you, sir, as per the disaster management, National Disaster Management Policy, National Disaster Management Act and disaster management plans of the state government, I don't know if they have it in place or no. Number one clause is keep all the VIPs and VVIPs
Away.
out of the theatre
Right.
True, very true.
of action. They should stay away.
I want to go to Mr. Jogi. Mr. Jogi, you've been listening now. First of all, I want to ask you, you're getting kudos from the panel because you apparently are the first politician who's saying keep PVIPs away, cutting across party lines. Will you then now, sir, on this program make a request to the leaders of your own party, sir, your own leaders, to stay away, at least start from your own party and say do not go to Uttarakhand till all the rescue and relief operations are over and we've rescued everyone who's stranded in that state?
Frankly, I don't have details of, you are referring to my leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I don't have details. I have just got to know that he has also gone there, and I'm told he didn't go by chopper, he went by road, he went with relief material and things like that. But till I have the details, like people have the
He went
details
by
about
chopper, Jogi ji.
Mr. Narendra Modi's
It's a national
visit.
joke.
I
and
can
his-
tell you for a fact, sir, that he did use a chopper at least and then he went by road.
No, I heard Mr. Digvijay
He
Singh
took
telling
3 choppers
on
with him, not
television
one.
that he didn't go by chopper. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That frankly,
He
I don't
started
know
on road and then he
the
took a
details of
chopper.
his.
Okay, let's not make it about Mr. Modi or Mr. Rahul Gandhi, sir. What I'm trying to do here is, there has been a chopper crash as well today. I mean, it was extremely sad event.
But having been
Yes, carry on, sir.
I have both been a chief minister and also a collector district magistrate, and I know in disaster management and disaster mitigation, even the collector and the district magistrate directs the operations. He doesn't go to the site of the operation till it is absolutely
They're the incident
necessary.
commanders.
So
Right.
with my experience as a DM collector for 12-13 years,
Right.
and my experience as chief minister for a term, I can say that we should avoid going to the spot. We should avoid distracting the attention of the people who are engaged in the relief, rehabilitation
commanders.
and rescue work.
Right.
And as far as possible, the
Mr. Jogi-
politicians should give a free hand to those
Absolutely,
who are engaged
absolutely.
in this.
I only hope the kind of consensus we've achieved on this particular panel, our political parties could do the same. I think it will help massively in the relief and rescue operations. I want to go very quickly across to Mr. Mittal and then Mr. Manoj Jha because I have no time left. Mr. Mittal, I wanted to ask you, of course, we are right now showing visuals of Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the chopper going to Uttarakhand, by the way. That's for Mr. Jogi as well. Do you think, Mr. Mittal, and very, very briefly, sir, if you can, I'm asking a question here. Do you think in the aftermath of the tragedy, the Vijay Bahuguna government has lost moral responsibility in the government because they couldn't handle the aftermath of the disaster? Do you think that's something you'd concur with?
See, I don't want to pass the comment just now because it will be construed to be a political statement. And if I do not want to do politics over dead bodies, then I rather desist myself. But as I said, it's time for reconstruction. You know, we have to immediately put up a reconstruction plan in action. Uttarakhand, if you all understand, has a huge battery of people who are in the armed forces or paramilitary forces. If I was to think of reconstruction, I would immediately identify these people, give them leave, send them back to their villages and say 4 months you be stationed there, start reconstruction.
Right.
I would ask all the public sector undertakings to adopt certain areas for reconstruction.
Right.
I would go to corporate India and say you have a corporate social responsibility.
Right.
Please adopt villages, please adopt methodologies to reconstruct the state. The challenge before us is how do we present a reconstructed Uttarakhand and bring a sense of dignity to the Indians who are dismayed by it.
Right.
You see, all of us, let's ask state governments, let's ask all the state governments irrespective of whether they're ruled by BJP or Congress or anybody, please adopt villages, please adopt areas, reconstruct them.
Point taken, sir.
As a nation, let us respond to this challenge. Let's not politicize reconstruction, let us not politicize this tragedy.
Point taken. I have a paucity of time. Manoj Jha, you only have 30 seconds. Please wrap this up for us.
Yeah. 30 seconds I'll take to convey to all your viewers and all of us that Uttarakhand is a newly created state. The disaster management capacity was still to be built. In fact, it's time to help Uttarakhand, its citizens and its people and join hands with the forces. Number one. Number two, please remember 2014 is very far. It's time for reconstruction and reconciliation.
Right.
Rescue and rehabilitation.
Right.
Let's not play politics over it.
Mr. Jha, I think with those words, we'll have to come to an end to this of this NewsX debate. That's all the time we have, of course. Many thanks, Mr. Mittal, for joining us. Ajit Jogi, many thanks for joining us on the NewsX debate. Manoj Jha, Mr. Devasahayam, as well as Kishan MITRO. That, of course, we achieved some sort of consensus on this particular panel tonight. I just hope the political parties come to the same conclusion. Stop playing politics over such a big disaster, one of the biggest disasters and tragedies to have befallen India for a very long time. That's all the time we have. I'm Atar Khan. Good night.